So I already did this once, but my mic cut out and for some reason it just didn't record the sound. So I'm gonna do it again, but I'm not gonna cut it or anything. This is just raw footage. If it sucks, deal with it. I don't care. This is my stage design for the Warriors musical. Well, I have three 3D models on my iPad and 3 pages in my notebook. I'm gonna start with like the rough layout. I didn't do the 3D models in detail. It's just like the rough layout of the stage. Can you see that? Wait, hold up. That's not what's supposed to happen. There we go. Okay. Wait, hold up. How is this? Right, okay. So this is the rough layout. It has this sort of balcony here. This is, these are stairs, which I have another 3D model for. Why, you know what stairs look like, but you'll see why I have made an model of these. And these are like a fire escape stairs, sort of. Now, my idea is that the whole thing is like kind of a train station. This is the sketch I made for the like more detailed stage. Wait, hold up, let me get closer. Here you can see like the balcony and the stairs. On the ground we have 2 treadmills, I think is what they called. 2 are going like horizontally and the other one is going between them. Well, and there's a lot of these canes, rods, like the thing that you have in trains, you know? Please tell me you know what I mean. Yeah. Whatever. So yeah, the whole thing is supposed to resemble a subway slash subway station. There are these, it's very tiny, but here are these blocks showing what platform they're on. And these are magnetically attached to the top, but they can be taken off because this is sort of a uniset. This is what they look like, and they're gonna have multiple purposes. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna go like scene by scene and show you what happens with each part. I'm gonna need to put on the album for that because otherwise no chance. Warriors. There. I think I'm gonna start with Survive the Night. As you can see, I have the train map and a mic. You can't really see it though. And the idea is that if you turn the train map like so, you'll see that it's like 3D and it'll hopefully look somewhat like these DJ board thingies. I don't know what they're called. And then there's a mic coming down from the ceiling, and that's what happens whenever the DJ comes on. She is called the DJ, right? I think she's called the DJ. Anyway. Wait, hold up. I just remembered something. No, never mind. All good. ignore me. I think I'm just gonna jump to Make Way for Cyrus. Actually, no, never mind. They do go into the subway. I have this thing, you know, the thing they have at subway stations, and it's always gonna show either like where they're at in the musical or the time in the musical and what song is currently being sung. Then there's these doors, just subway doors, and they're gonna slide in at the side of the railings, the treadmills, by the way, which are supposed to resemble railings. I don't know if I already said that. I don't know. Whatever. And they're gonna slide in from either side, so it looks like subway doors opening and closing. The stairs usually are supposed to look like this, but they can get this part down. I also have like a model for that, so it looks like that usually. But when you put, oh my god, it's so high, put this part down, then you have like a seating place thingy. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's like the subway seating, which, yeah, well, I did draw it, but I just thought I'd show you again. Whatever. I think now we can go to Make Way for Cyrus. Yeah, we can. For this, we're gonna use the stairs again, but we're gonna turn them. So basically, we're gonna use them simply this way around. Hold up. What's happening? There we go. And Cyrus is gonna stand on top of them. That's pretty much it for that scene. Now that I think about it, there are gonna be spotlights for when Cleon starts singing. For example, like Coney Island Town is where the spotlights are gonna come onto Cleon. And the idea is that like there's only one group of ensemble, and they're gonna switch leaders, and then they're like each gang is always the same people, like consists of the same people, but it's always a different leader, and that shows you which gang is currently going, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense, but they are around Cyrus and whatever. And my point with the spotlight is that they are also speakers. Hold up. Wait, where did it? Oh, it's down here. So these look like speakers, but they're actually spotlights or lamps, and they flicker whenever it's like, you know how Lin-Manuel Miranda always censors his lyrics. So whenever it's like shit or something, then these start flickering, for example, to censor it. Did I get anything else? For Derailed, I also thought that the spotlight would just come onto Cleon, and then, you know, all that stuff happens. For Woodlawn Cemetery, whatever. We have the thingies that I used for the platform numbers, but you can turn them. They're actually round thingies, and the back side has just, you know, a little cross on them or something. I also made this one in 3D, but you don't actually need it. It's just to show that it's like you can turn it. What? Yeah. So that's what happens at the cemetery. And then Leave the Bronx Alive gets interesting again. We come back to the stairs here. And originally I was gonna turn them around so you face the back. Wait, I'm gonna show that too. So it's like the way when Cyrus stood there. But I changed my mind later, and I think I'm gonna go with a design on the front of the stairs, which I'm gonna show you. And basically you can go like that, and then like this. Hold up, no, that's wrong. Whoa! Give me 1 second. Yep. There. So it's only like 3 steps left. And you can sit here. And there's the design, which I'm going to show you. Which you can't really notice as a car design unless it's the stairs are put in this position. And there you have like a sort of car. You also put the cemetery things / platform numbers on the sides of it because they're rounded, and then it's supposed to like resemble wheels. Yeah. They are gonna sit on the stairs with, I don't know if you've seen Illinois, but they have a car scene and they just have like chairs and a steering wheel, and I thought they could just have a steering wheel too, so you can, you know, recognize a bit. I don't fucking know. So that's for Leave the Bronx Alive. Then the phone call is, we have the stairs again. We're gonna turn them to the other side, and it has graffiti on it. The whole thing has a whole lot of graffiti because I fucking said so, and just a phone attached to the side. So that's that, I guess. Obviously the scene in the train is gonna be the same as before in the train. For going down, I was gonna go with just like a black stage, lights off, and just a spotlight on Luther. Orphan Town. I was gonna put the stairs back to normal, how they are in this one, to resemble rooftops. The orphans gather around here when they go on the rooftops, count 40, maybe 30, the orphans, you know? That's when they gather and come down there. And I'm thinking whether I forgot something. Well, obviously, this isn't technically stage design. This is just like a prop, but I drew a little Molotov cocktail. So, yeah. That's that. For Call Me Mercy, I think, by the way, for all the walking sequences is what the treadmill is, this middle treadmill for. These are the 2 treadmills, the front one resembling a train track. Train track. That doesn't sound right. I don't think that's what it's called. Whatever. And in the middle is one that's not going that way, but going this way. And that's how they walk. And Call Me Mercy, Still Breathing. For that, I was just gonna put Cyrus on the... Cleon. Put Cleon on the stairs, just sitting there on the seating and tied up, I guess. Maybe put a spotlight on her, but Messiah is also there and that whole thing happens, I guess. Outside Gray's Papayas, we have, you know how we turned the stairs to the side? We're now turning them to the other side, which is where they have another design, which is supposed to be the front of Gray's Papayas. So I don't know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But for Sick of Running is where it gets interesting, because this is where they come back into the park. So the stairs are gonna stay in the bench position. So we have a bench in the park. And the idea with the poles, because we have the poles that resemble the ones in a train. Poles, that's the word! Is you can take them apart. You know the way you can take train poles apart. You have the little button, and then you can like pull them apart. So they're smaller pieces. And in reality, these are clubs, which are just usually in the pole position. Here's the mechanism, by the way, of how you can pull them apart. But these are only the upper half. The lower half are different because wait, where did I put that? I put that somewhere. No, I did. There. The lower halves can transform into trees. So when you put like the third or fourth part of the pole out, it's like, you know, the magic wands. When flowers pop out, it's like a tree crown pops out. And those are the trees. Now we're in the park. The Furies have their little stuff thingies. What am I saying? Clubs. They have their clubs. And they can chase each other across the treadmills. Then we're at the park at night, I think, yeah. And that's why I said we're keeping the bench position, because that's where the cop is gonna be. And I think that's pretty much it for that scene. Then we're going back to Luther's interlude, and we're going back to the car position of the stairs. You know that one? Where they're just, you know, sitting in the car or on the car, whatever, and doing the whole thing, I guess. For Cardigans, we're going back to the train station. This time, this will show not Coney Island, but just Union Square. I forgot the name for a second, my bad. Yeah, it's gonna show Union Square, and then as always, this is gonna be the song, Cardigans, and the time in play, of course. And the stairs are gonna go back to stair position, like, you know, subway stairs. I feel like I missed something. I missed Quiet Girls, didn't I? I did. We're gonna jump back to Quiet. Got cut off there. Anyway, we're gonna jump back to Quiet Girls for a second. This is also in the subway setting, I guess. But this time we're gonna turn the stairs again, and we're there. We're gonna turn them like this. This way they can, you know, use them for the rollerblades. I was gonna show you this in 3D too, but honestly I'm too lazy to turn this model around because it's like annoying as shit, basically. I think you know what I mean when I show you this one, right? So that's like, this is where the flat part is, where they can roll down. Now, cardigans, we got you. That's one. No, I think it's later. It's we got you reprise. Okay, never mind. For A Light or Something, my favorite song in the whole thing, we're gonna need the treadmills and the stairs again. This time we're gonna turn the stairs around, and I haven't quite decided yet if they have like a screen on the back side, or if it's just a white backside. If it's a screen, it could like glow, but that's not necessary, and I guess it's just more expensive. So it's just like, you know, the backside, which is also where Cyrus was standing, and well, that's standing behind the treadmill. This one is, so this is where the stairs are standing. The benefit of having it be a screen would be that you can turn it off, and later when Mercy goes, I think I see a light or something, you can turn it on, and that's only when the light is there. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel, and this is just, you know, where they're walking. Oh, by the way, also it's more like a prop than a piece of the stage, but it's this is Luther's gun, I guess. Then we got you reprise. This is where we're going. The couch is gonna be the bench position again, except this time we're gonna use the wheels slash stones slash platform numbers, and we're gonna turn them this way, like so, with the gravestones, but the back side of it. So there's no cross on it, but just we're gonna put them on these. I actually think I drew this there. So now it looks like a sofa. And we're gonna put, this is where this fire escape is gonna be important. So that whole thing is happening, I guess. Then for Somewhere in the City, we're gonna go back to the car position again, because I believe it happens in a car. I'm not 100% sure now that I think about it, but that's okay. For Reunion Square, we're obviously gonna go back into, you know, the normal train station position, and yeah, that's it. I'll be honest, I haven't quite figured out how I want to do the whole thing where Fox gets hit by the train, but I think probably the lights are just gonna go black, and then, you know, when they go back on, Fox is gone. Same Train Home is gonna be a mix. This is basically this whole setting, because this is how the stage looks when all of the settings are, like, all of the parts are in normal position, but they aren't usually. Usually, for example, the mic isn't there. And basically we're gonna go to the train position with this thing as the seats, as always. But we're gonna have the mic down this time, which is only when the DJ comes on, but she is on that, so yeah. And we're gonna put the subway map back into the DJ board position. So it's those two settings at the same time, I guess. Reunion Square, Somewhere in the City, St. Jerome. And then there's the finale. Finale. And for that we're gonna put, I think I have this somewhere, but I'm not sure I'll find it. But the idea is that when you put this, like when you put it into the position that it was here, except you don't put it like for the hurricanes to be, what am I saying? Jesus Christ. Not like the way that you have it with the hurricanes to the front, but to the side. And hopefully it gets like a half, you have like the effect of a half circle here. And below you can optionally hang the gravestone / sofa pieces / platform number / wheels. And again, this is optional, but then it'll look like a part of the Wonder Wheel with the thingies hanging on it. What are they called? I don't know. But yeah, the background is gonna be like lighted red and shit. And then they get to the beach and it's like, well, I actually think that's all. Now I think about it. I'm just gonna go for like some additional details that don't really have anything with the stories, but these can also be used for like normal seats. Then the top holes, the horizontal ones, sorry, have you know, the things that you also have in subways, except they have like tiny magnets at the bottom, so you can hang these up, which have tiny magnets at the top, and that all, you know, works, I guess. I did say the spotlight thing with the speakers. I said the pole thing. This is also an optional part if Cyrus doesn't go, you know, on the back. If the stairs aren't back and turned to the back when Cyrus is speaking, it could be this one, which would be at the bottom of the whole thing. So just so you have like a little street art on it, I guess. I mentioned the steering wheel, I mentioned the thingy. This exit block is just at the top of the stairs with like here, you know, the way you have it in subway stations. The trees, the car. I'm not sure if I already mentioned the doors, but, well, they're doors and they slide in from either side and they're like subway doors. And basically they go in here and then they open and then they step through and then they close and they disappear off the stage and then you're in the train, I guess. These, depending on if we put like actual 3D blocks on there, the treadmill will have like we'll need to have like a little gap so that works. But I'm gonna assume, there we go, that that's too dangerous using the whole 3D thing. So, and especially because of the gaps that need to be there, so it's probably just gonna be like a color design, like it's on the treadmill itself, but it's not 3D. I think that's making sense, but I'm not sure. So I think that's all, actually. I can't think of anything else right now. So yeah, that's my stage design for the Warrior stage play. I know it's coming out soon, but I made this quite a while ago, and as I said, I already recorded it and uploaded it, but my mic cut out and it didn't work, and I was too lazy to do it again until now that someone asked me to see my stage design. So yeah, that's it. I'm really excited to see the real one. This is awkward. I don't know. Goodbye, I guess.